Once in every lifetime comes along a film that seems completely pointless, that has absolutely nothing whatsoever to say with its narrative. And I think I found that film, Till Death Do Us Part. Let's talk about it. Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new movie review. Yeah, so I've just sat down and I've just finished watching a movie called Till Death Do Us Part. Now this is a new 2023 action thriller movie that runs for 1 hour and 49 minutes. It'll have an 18 rating for violence, and it's directed by Timothy Woodward Jr. Written by Chad Law, Shane Dax Taylor. Now the premise for this film is that a bride who has jilted her husband at the altar gets hunted down by said husband and best man and 6 groomsmen. She has to fight for survival. It sounds like it's been done before. It certainly does. Most recently there was a film, I forget what it was called now, with the bride running round and everyone was trying to kill her. That film eludes me. Ready or Not. Anyway, so this film sort of comes along across a bit like that. So we're set up at the wedding. We start off at the wedding. She jilts the bride. She jilts the groom, sorry, and we're introduced to the groomsmen and all the and the best man and all the groomsmen for a series of events where they've turned up at this house where she is. They come there to get her, to stop her going anywhere, for the groom to come along and to see her, basically. So we're introduced to each of these different groomsmen, played by actors like Cam Gigandet. Now, I've seen him in stuff before. Orlando Jones is one of these groomsmen. Orlando Jones is an actor that has been in film for some time, very comedic roles. He's in it. We haven't seen him for for a considerable amount of time on screen, I don't think. Well, I haven't anyway. The bride herself is played by Natalie Byrne, and the groom is Sir Darius Blaine. Now, the film's narrative is intercut with these scenes of these two prior to this, where they are on holiday essentially and they meet up with this other couple, the husband of which is played by Jason Patric, who you will know from The Lost Boys and Speed 2, as well as some other films and that as well. And so the film keeps cutting between events at the house where these groomsmen are trying to keep her held, where she's running around kind of fighting them and all this sort of thing, to what's going on historically with them making friends with this other couple. As the narrative progresses, we come to learn that all these individuals work for a shady corporation, shadow agency that will eliminate people for money, whoever's the highest bidder. So they'll go and do it for different countries and things like that. They'll eliminate and assassinate people. They all work for this shady organisation called the University. Okay. So we've got the bits at the house, and it is essentially just her running around, getting found by one of these groomsmen at a time and dispatching of them. And seriously, there's no narrative. You can watch this on Shuttle Search. You could watch it at speed and you're not going to miss a single thing, a single event. It's poorly paced. There's no tension in these scenes whatsoever. Cam Gigandet, who plays the best man, he's prancing around, he's annoying. He's annoying in this film, in what they've done with him and got his character to do. He's just prancing around, dancing to music while stuff's going on, and it's awful. It is really god-awful. The scenes with set on board the boat when they're on holiday that are set before with Jason Patrick, obviously there's a bit of a twist to his character in that it actually turns out to be someone that they're after. But again, nothing happens. Nothing happens. They get him, they kill him. End of story. And then, you know, and we come back to the end. She's dispatched of all of the groomsmen and that, and she goes and meets up with her would-be groom. They know that one of them's got to leave this room dead, but yet they're dancing with one another to a point that you put yourself into a position of being open to attack, because there's elements where she's allowed him to pick her up off the ground while dancing and all this sort of a thing. It's just, it defies logic, you know. But that's the basic of the film, you know, setup of the film. The problem is, like I said, there's no tension, there's no flow to the film. This film at 1 hour and 50 minutes should be a 90-minute movie, yeah, to give it some pacing. It takes 30 minutes for anything to happen, for them to even get inside the house with her. You know, they spend what seems like about 15 minutes just knocking at the damn door, this best man and groomsman deciding what to do. The film is slow, it's boring, the fight scenes are dull and uninspired, they're just not of interest, and the whole film just culminates in a scenario where you're questioning, what was that about? What did this movie have to say? It had nothing to say about marriage or about, you know, the sanctity of marriage or jilting a lover or anything. It was just literally nonsense. Boring, mindless nonsense that, seriously, you could watch this film with the sound off. I'm not joking. You're not going to miss a damn thing. You're not going to miss anything. It's how basic and simplistic this movie is. It pretends to be. It's like the director, what's his name? Timothy Woodward Jr. It wants it to be something that it's not, a very pretentious piece. It's just rubbish. It's dull, it's boring, it's got nothing to say. It just doesn't flow. You know, I've seen some bad movies before. This isn't exactly filmed badly. It feels like it's got some money there on screen. It's not bad in that sense, but it's just dull, boring, uninspired, uneventful. Seriously, there's the characters, some of the acting is abysmal. The writing, some of the stuff that the characters say is abysmal. This is a really, really, really bad film. Avoid it at all costs. I don't often tell people to avoid films. You can avoid this one. Believe me, it's bad. How this film ever got greenlit is beyond me. It's trash. It's trash. I feel sorry for all those involved. I know a lot of people put a lot of hard work into these movies, but I'm sorry, but this film here, complete and utter failure in every aspect. Abysmal.